Welcome back to MQ Sews. I'm Emma. For those of you who are new, welcome. I live in Melbourne, Australia, and I've been sewing for about 15 years. Today's going to be a bit of a chatty catch-up. I'm going to share with you a couple of things that I've been making, as well as a few other sewing related things, so I hope you enjoy it. Who else has been watching the Sewing Bee? I know I have. We don't get it easily here in Australia, but luckily there's a website that I log on to and I'm able to view it. So that's how I've been watching it. But I do love watching the Sewing Bee. I've rewatched a couple of the other seasons recently as well. And I really enjoy watching the transformation challenge where the bees have to transform one item into something new. And I found this dress, which I'll put up on the screen now, and the sharing had de-elastified, is that a word? The dress was made from 100% viscose fabric. When I saw that, it was like, yeah, no brainer, buy it. Anyway, the dress was on its last legs at the op shop. They were only asking for around $5 for it. I really liked the color and the print, so I picked it up and I thought, I'll transform this into something new. But I had no idea what I wanted to transform it into. As I started watching the Sewing Bee again this year, I really got inspired. I keep a little basket of items of clothing that I've picked up at the op shops or my kids don't wear anymore, or things like that I can transform into other things. So I had a little look through there and I refound this dress and I decided, yep, I'm going to change that into something new and have my own little transformation challenge while I'm inspired to do so. So I looked around for a pattern and I decided on this pattern by Mac. This is the Brandy balloon sleeve blouse, and balloon sleeve blouses take a lot of fabric, and I think when I thought of doing this, it didn't really click that from the skirt part of the fabric because the shirring panel was completely ruined. So once I'd unpicked that part from the dress, I knew I wasn't going to be able to use that again. I didn't really think about how much fabric the sleeves on a balloon sleeve blouse take, and I was really careful about how I wanted to place my bodice pattern pieces on the fabric because the skirt of the dress was made in 4 panels. There was 2 panels at the front with the center seam and 2 panels at the back with the center seam. I wanted the center seam to be going down the middle of the front and the back center seam to go down the middle of the back. And so by the time I'd cut all of that out, I didn't have enough to cut out the sleeves. So I had to piece the sleeve fabric together, and I managed. And the top looks great. And I've worn it heaps since I made it. It's a really comfortable top to wear. It's really breathable and I don't feel too hot in it. Yeah, so I actually really love this top, and every time it goes through the wash, I'm like, oh, where is that top? I want to put it back on again. So I've really enjoyed wearing this top. Definitely one of my favorite Mac patterns that I've made so far, and I can definitely see myself making more in the future. This pattern comes with cup sizes, so I made the largest cup size and I just graded out at the hips. I made the size extra large. It is a tiny bit tight just on the side at the bust, so I've already added to the pattern piece a tiny bit of extra room just there so that it won't be as uncomfortable next time I make it. I'm pretty sure I added about 1/2 inch to both side seams so that I have a little bit more room next time. And the only other thing that I needed to do was the shoulder slope was a little bit wrong on me, so I've just changed that on the pattern piece as well. The care tag on the dress I took out of the side seam of the dress and I've put it at the back there, so it's got washing instructions in case I ever forget any of that information. You can see that it was 100% Eco Vero viscose. I found the neckline. I'm going to hang it up because it's really hard to hold up and show you bits. You can see the center seam of the dress has been reused as the center seam for the front of the top, and on the back of the top you can also see the center seam right there, so that was reused. I also reused the hem of the dress. It's just a rolled hem. When I cut the top, I just cut it so that I wouldn't have to rehem it, and I'm glad about that because it saved a bit of time. And you can see I have the bust darts in here. These angled bust darts, I'm pretty sure are called French darts, but correct me if I'm wrong. And I really like how those ones give shape to this drop shoulder blouse. Since making this, I've actually put French darts on a number of different patterns because I've liked how they shape. So yeah, so I've added them to other things as well. And the last thing I want to show you about this top is the sleeves. You can see with the cuffs that I've actually hand embroidered the top stitching, and that's just because I couldn't get a nice finish, and so I got a much nicer finish by doing it by hand. So that's what I've done. And the sleeves I did have to piece together. So this is the front of the sleeve, and the top of the sleeve is the side of the dress, and then you can see that the bottom of the sleeve I've actually sewn another section there, and it is in the different direction, but you can't see because it's kind of like under the arm and towards the back. So if I hold up the sleeve like this, you'll be able to see where I pieced it together. And because this is at the bottom of the arm and under the arm, you don't really notice when I'm wearing it. So I'm really pleased with how that one turned out. And the best thing about the Brandy balloon sleeve blouse is at the moment it's on sale. So I'll put the sale dates up on the screen right now so that you don't miss out. And if you're interested in purchasing this pattern, I'd really appreciate it if you used my affiliate link. It's down in the description. And by you using my affiliate link to purchase any of the patterns, you don't pay any extra. I just get a very small commission for sending you over to the designer's shop to purchase one of their patterns. You'll see down in the description that I have affiliate links for both Elia Matt and Pattern Emporium. They're the two affiliate programs that I'm currently involved in, and I always state if a link is an affiliate link so that you know and can choose to purchase from me via the link or not. That's your choice. But I do appreciate the support of anyone who does choose to purchase via one of my affiliate links. The next thing that I want to talk about today is the Scrap Challenge. This is a challenge on Instagram. I decided to have a go at this. I got out some scrap fabric. I wasn't able to fit many pattern pieces on the fabric as it was, so I did have to piece together bits to create the next item that I'm going to show you. I decided to make the Rise and Shine top by Pattern Emporium. I think this pattern is the pattern that I have in my stash that I know I really like how it looks on me. I enjoy wearing it, and I know it doesn't use much fabric, so I was like, oh, I probably have enough fabric if I piece it together to create one Rise and Shine top, and I did. So here it is. I absolutely love what I created with these scraps. This animal print scrap I got as a hand-me-down from one of my mother-in-law's friends. It only recently came into my stash probably a month or two ago, and there was only a small piece of it. I ended up having to piece enough to be able to get the full pattern piece out of the fabric, but I think I did a pretty good job. And because I couldn't make the whole Rise and Shine top on its own, I did decide to color block. You can see I've cut the pattern across the bust, added 1 centimeter on each side of the pattern, and created this top. I've also put the darts in. This green fabric I got from the swaps table a couple of months ago. There wasn't enough of that one to make one item either, so I had to piece that together as well. There is a seam running down the center of that. And the only other change that I made, I just find that, you can see on this top as well, I just find that sometimes you're able to see my bra, and I think it's just because I need a little bit taken out. So I actually took about 1.5 centimeters out of the pattern around here, so I get a nicer fit there. So I'll put some pictures of me in this one up for you, but I'm really happy with that. Oh, I'm pretty sure this pattern has facing pieces, but I didn't have enough fabric left for the facings. Plus, I actually really hate doing facings, so I did binding instead, and I've done binding on some of my other Rise and Shine tops as well. So I just added binding to the neckline, and I decided to have it on both the inside of the top and the outside of the top, and I did 3 lines of top stitching because I kept missing stuff and I couldn't be bothered unpicking it and trying again. So I just did 3 lines of top stitching as a feature. I decided I wanted to be able to see the main fabric on the neckline, and then when I was finishing up the top, I tried it on and it was at the shortest length that I'm happy to wear. So I decided to bind the hemline so that I didn't lose any length. So I bound the hemline with the coordinating fabric. I'm really happy with this one, and I'm looking forward to getting lots of wear out of it when the weather warms up. The last thing I wanted to talk to you all about is something that I just got reminded about recently. It popped up on my "What were you doing last year" feeds that you get photos of, and this one popped up from when I attempted making myself some bras. You might have noticed that I am quite well endowed. Even by going to bra stores, I often don't get a lot of choice. So I thought, well, if I can make my own, then I'll have more choice and they'll be more comfortable. I do prefer bras with no underwire. I just find them a lot more comfortable. So that narrows the bras that are available for me down even further. So last year I tried I think it's the Superstar bra by Waves and Wild, and I also tried the Loftus bralette from Cashmere. I've worn the Loftus bra 2 times. I bought a kit to make this one from Booby Traps. I think it's just an online store here in Australia. I'll put the link to the store down below. I bought a kit to make it. I knew it would have everything I needed in it. But yeah, I'm allergic to lace, which is another thing that makes buying a bra extremely difficult because a lot of bras have lace. Yeah, so I'm actually allergic to that bra. I would like to try that pattern again using a different type of fabric. I also don't really like that it's so stiff, and I feel like a lot of pressure is on my shoulders, so I actually find it quite uncomfortable to wear for long periods of time. I only made one version of the Loftus. I find it more comfortable than the Superstar bra that I made. I've worn that one for a morning. I've only worn it once. It took me 4 tries to get it to fit the best. I had to adjust that pattern to allow for more boobage. So yeah, it took me 4 goes to get that right. And then I wore it for a morning and I ended up getting really bad neck pain all the way up and down my neck. So I had to change into a store-bought bra. I decided to put lingerie making to the side and I ended up going out and buying new bras. I was hoping that I would be able to make them so I wouldn't have to go out and buy them, but I went out and bought them instead. So now we're a year on. I have bought bras in between, but I'm feeling a little bit more ready to have another go. So I bought myself this book. If you've used it to help you make lingerie, particularly bras, let me know because I'd love to hear your experience. But I'm hoping that I will be able to make something like this, because I hate underwire. I'm hoping that the information in this book will help me have another more successful go at making my own bras, because I really would like to be able to make them in pretty fabrics that I like. If I find a particular fabric that's more comfortable, then I'll just buy more of that type of fabric and make more of my own bras. So yeah, so I bought myself this book. I had an Amazon voucher, so I only ended up paying $17, so I was a bit lucky with that. But I think that's all I wanted to talk to you about today. Let me know in the comments what you think of my tops, and if you've used that book before, I'd really like to hear your experience. So that's it from me. I hope you have a creative day, and I'll see you next time. Bye! I'm really pleased. Ooh. So you'll see down in the comments, I have, you'll see down in the description